Want to go deeper with Lobbing Scorchers? You know, scratch under the surface, get down even dirtier than we already get? Become a YouTube member. Sometimes things just get a little too spicy, a little too weird, and a little too loose for the general public. And you know, the people to see that are YouTube members. We're talking about exclusive bonus videos, the podcast after show, exclusive written content, and little bits and pieces of information before the unwashed masses know about it. As a member, you not only get access to all of this amazing content, you get a badge next to your name and a slew of amazing emotes to use, not only in our live stream chat, but also in our comments section. And yes, we do have an emote for Jesus Ferreira, Ghost Snack, and Paul Rothrock. This is the best way to help keep us independent and keep us building out this crazy YouTube brand that we call Lobbing Scorchers. Hit the join button down below or hit the link in the top of our description if you're on mobile to join the ranks and become a Lobbing Scorchers YouTube member.
Leagues Cup is the most important trophy, the most distinguished and prestigious tournament that any club, be it Major League Soccer or Liga MX, competes in. I've always said this about Leagues Cup. Highly coveted trophy that every club prioritizes as their number one goal going into every season. Been saying it for years. The Seattle Sounders just beat the absolute shit out of Cruz Azul at Lumen Field. Count them up, chat. Let's count them up. Let's count them up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7-0. They dropped a touchdown on Cruz Azul. They're now easily top of the Leagues Cup table under the new format. Yeah, let's get some sevens in the chat. Let's get some sevens in the chat. I can't believe what I just witnessed. Neither can I. Neither can I. I raced home for you guys as soon as I could to hop on here. It was one of those ones where it's like, you know, do I do the post-game live night of, or do I do it tomorrow or whatever? I mean, for a 7 spot. For a 7 spot, we're going live. You already know. I mean, where do you guys even want to start? Where do you even want to start? There are so many goals that I'm gonna have to pull up the scoreboard to refresh my memory. But you know, we always try not to be prisoner of the moment around here. But if that wasn't the best performance in Seattle Sounders history, it was up there. And guess what, folks? We got a caller from Lumen Field. Let's bring him to the stage.
What's going on, everyone?
Welcome in, man. I just went live like 2 minutes ago, waiting for everyone to
guys, how many goals did we score? I wasn't sure. I think how many goals did we score again? I wasn't sure.
We got sevens in the chat. We got sevens in the chat. Rhombus says we've never scored 7, right? No, they have scored 7 against the San Jose Earthquakes in the COVID Cup, famously. The COVID Cup, the COVID season, whatever. 7-1. The COVID Cup was the MLS's back banner. Azurata starting us off with the $10 super. Thank you so much. How about a 10 spot for the 7-0 beatdown?
I'm gonna find an even better place to
thank you, man.
Reading this.
I mean, I hadn't even started going over all the goals and the storylines yet. But Noah, what's going on at Lumen? Were you just at the pressers? Like,
I was just at the pressers. We talked with Pedro. Those are locked. Definitely not going out there. But here we go. Now I look like I'm on the field, on the stadium. But yeah, just went to the pressers. Brian was stoked, man. I've never seen a Brian Schmetzer press conference that
I like.
he was cracking jokes. He was cracking jokes, folks. I mean,
you could tell from how
crazy.
you can tell how the game went from how he walks to the locker room from the bench after the final whistle. He was strutting.
Dude, he had some swag rocking. Like
Schmetz was swagging after that. He was swagging after that. I just want to say, like, before we get into anything else, I mean, that was, if it wasn't the greatest performance in club history, it was certainly up there. But you're gonna hear some excuse making in the coming days. You are from
here's
multiple different factions. You're gonna have the Liga MX fans and media. They're gonna be saying, well, we had to travel for it and we had to play it on turf. We had to travel. We had to get on a plane and fly to play the game, and we had to play it on turf, so that doesn't count. You're gonna hear excuse making from segments of this fan base. They're gonna tell you that Jesus Ferreira's goal contributions don't count. They're gonna tell you that the Nuhu goal didn't count because why? What's the excuse for a 7 spot from
there
any
is no good excuse. There's no good excuse. And so here, let me give you a little insight into our very own Nico Moreno asked the Cruz Azul coach. I gave him a question. I said, "Can you ask the coach, like, brother, you might get fired for this performance?"
He got hired like a month ago.
He literally just got hired. But this is the type of performance that gets a coach fired in Liga MX, right? Like, their last coach was fired for finishing 3rd in the league after they won CONCACAF Champions Cup. And then finished 3rd. That's crazy, right? That's crazy. He responded and was like, got to do better for the fans. I mean, it was just an absolute disgrace. The whole Nico will have the whole video up later, but it was legitimately like, he was just like taking heat from all of the Mexican media. I mean, they are in shambles right now. You go on Twitter, if you go on Blue Sky, if you go on any kind of platform.
Well, we're going to be busting out the tweet.
Oh my God. It is like actively incredible.
I might actually bust it out right now. Keep talking. What happened? What happened?
And let me go back to this result, right?
Yes.
This is the biggest get back of all time, right?
Oh yeah.
Cruz Azul absolutely destroyed us in CONCACAF Champions Cup, right? Like that was literally a tournament that the Sounders fans and the Sounders front office and the Sounders staff believed that they could make a run in, a legitimate run. Ended by Cruz Azul, who went on to win it. So, like, that's a valiant effort, right? But they did not look good in that match against Cruz Azul. They came in tonight, and what Brian Schmetzer said was, these players are leading the charge. This is not a, like, coaches thing or, like, the front office trying to hype up to win this tournament. This is fully player-led. They want this tournament so bad. They want to win these games so bad. And I talked to Obed after the match, and I said, Obed, you seemed so excited after celebrating your goal. And he was like, yeah, it's he was basically talking about like there was a lot of shit talking happening. There was a lot of just like, you just get really into these games with Liga MX. And so to be able to just like unload on a team of the quality of Cruz Azul, who is by far and away the best team in CONCACAF, this is historic. This may not be the best match in Sounders history. You can believe, maybe CONCACAF Champions Cup final, but this is for sure one of the most historic matches. And the fact that, and this was something that Pedro de la Vega brought up, was this was a team win through and through. And everyone had each other's back. Everyone was rolling. I mean, this is legitimately, I cannot tell you the last time that I was this stoked about a game. I mean, not just the win, but like the way that they played. I have literally no notes. Nothing bad could be said about this game. Nothing.
No. My favorite moment was it was the De La Vega goal right at the end, which is one of the best goals. He scored the best goal of the season against the Quakes a couple weeks ago. That is one of the best Sounders goals ever.
Yes.
Ever.
Yes.
Well, first of all, let's just break it.
No. I'm going to say something here.
Yeah.
It was the best goal a Sounders player has ever scored, not only for the moment, but the technical ability that he had to have to first time that from that angle in the way that it landed, the physics of it is insane.
The ball was from 40 yards out.
It's insane.
How did he do that?
And with that, Ari, I have, you know what? I'm standing up. I'm standing on business. You're not clocking it. I'm standing on business right now. Pedro de la Vega has arrived. Pedro de la Vega has arrived.
The breakout is here. The breakout is here.
Pedro de la Vega has arrived. His breakout has happened. I said it. I said all he's got to do for me to say I'm a clown, I was wrong, was to perform in Leagues Cup. And you know what he did? He did it on legitimately the biggest stage. He did it as someone who we have both questioned his ability to come into a game and affect it, right? Instead of just from a start. He did that. He
looked incredible. Both goals, world class. The second one, I mean, look,
you know what's crazy? That ball came over the top. I knew he was going to score it. That's the shit that he's on right now.
There's a couple of candidates, Jimmy Traore versus Tigres, Jimmy Bangers versus Portland.
Yep.
But like this, I think when you throw in who it was against, right? Like that's the thing. Like, what's anyone gonna say about these goals coming against the best team in CONCACAF?
Can't say shit.
So the fact that he did it against that team in that moment for a 7 spot, incredible. But my favorite moment was directly after that ball went in when Jesus Ferreira, did you see what he did? He went right up to one of the Cruz Azul defenders and he was getting in his face. He was like, "What's up? What's up?
Yes.
What do you got to say now?
What you got to say?
What do you got to say now? Let's hit this super from Wade real quick. Wade, appreciate you, man. Thank you. I know it's kind of a meme, but can we all just get on board with caring about this tournament as fans from now on? I mean,
this is the most important tournament of our lives. This is the most important tournament of our lives. Sorry. I mean, there's never been a more important tournament than Leagues Cup. There's never been
in all seriousness, we've been saying dating back to last year that we're pro Leagues Cup. So we can actually vindication. Everyone has always considered this the most important trophy. And here the thing is, this with this new format, it is extremely hard to advance. You have to be in the top 4 out of 18 teams, and things like goals scored and goal differential and stuff play into that. They could not be in any better position to finish in that top 4 after dropping a 7 spot on Cruz Azul.
It's literally like this is the perfect position because they do it by tier of opponents as well. So this is a tier 1 opponent. This is a tier 1 opponent in a tier 1 game. I mean, you just like there's nothing that you can say bad about this game. Nothing. And you know what? Cruz, I think you should pull up some of these posts, man, because
okay, let's go. Let's do this. I got it. I got it teed up right here.
Yeah.
Chat. Are you ready for their final graphic? We're going to Twitter for this. We have to.
Yes. The root of all evil.
All right. Here we go. Let's zoom it in. Final.
I love that the Epstein files is on the side there too.
We played a poor match tonight in Seattle. We will double our efforts to correct this performance. Okay, let chat. How many replies do you think it has? How many replies?
It's got to be. Is it like 10K? It's got to be.
It's not at 10K yet, but it's gonna get there. How many replies?
Yeah, drop it. Yeah.
4.8. 4.8.
We literally own them. We literally own their club. We literally own their club.
You got the 4.8 replies on the 1.4K retweets.
Dude,
with
that's a
quote
4x
tweets
ratio.
How many quote tweets do you think are in there?
It's got to be 1,000.
4.8K. Let's see what the people have to say.
Yeah. Let's see what they've got to say. You can also go to my my official X account and see some great content there.
Are you just retweeting all the?
I was retweeting some good stuff.
This hits like pure amphetamines to me.
Oh my god, dude! I mean, and you know what's even better is that my favorite thing about Liga MX is that all of their fans hate each other. So and they get in this thing where like if a MLS team beats them, just beats the brakes off of another Liga MX team, all of the other fan bases are joining in and clowning on them and like lifting up the Sounders. If you remember, like when the Sounders beat Pumas in Leagues Cup final, dude, or not Leagues Cup, but Champions Cup final, dude, it was like every Liga MX fan was just absolutely punching.
How do you think they decide who goes on the graphic for 7-0? Number 29 is probably like, dude, come on.
Dude, okay, but you know who it should have been is Willardita. Because what an absolute stinker of a game. I mean, that guy should retire after the way that he played.
Is that the goalkeeper?
No. That's the defender who was
getting in Moose's face. Okay, yeah. I mean, he got absolutely
dude, he got
whammed on
sauced
in the second half. He got sauced.
Got
I mean, what a tweet.
Yeah. Ari, did you
they're gonna double their efforts to correct this performance though.
They're gonna double their efforts, which means
after a 7-0, you might have to more than double it.
Yeah, double it and give it to the next person, Ari.
4.8K down bad. Did we yeah, I like this.
Did you share the news with everyone?
What news?
That the Seattle Sounders now officially own the record for most goals scored against a Liga MX opponent in a game, or maybe not, or like biggest margin of victory. I apologize.
Yeah, there was a LAFC beat Juarez 7-1 in 2023. This was a 7-0. 7-0. Like,
and that's Juarez too. That's Juarez. That's not even like a top tier Liga MX team.
Let's
You're telling me no. Just give me a minute here. I gotta cook first.
Please.
Champion of CONCACAF. Top 3 finish in Liga MX. Haven't lost in like 6 months. This team hasn't lost in 6 months. Come to Seattle, get bammed on by Dwayne De Rosario's kid. Nuhu? You got bammed on by Nuhu?
We did. What a free kick by Danny Leyva, though. Holy shit.
I mean, Danny Leyva, absolutely. Dude, I mean, this was... The Sounders are the champions of CONCACAF, okay? Like, they should have to literally give up their title and give it to the Sounders. And you know what it even makes me think about is that how bad are the Vancouver Whitecaps? What a shame. What a shame that they couldn't get it done. Because you know who would have been able to get it done? The Seattle Sounders, okay? And so through that logic, I think we have to say this. And you know what? We have to say this. The Seattle Sounders are the champions of CONCACAF currently. And that's just how it is.
If you get worked 7-0 by the team that you beat in CCC, you should have to relinquish the.
Yeah, you have to give that up.
You should have to relinquish. I mean, I just going into this game, I like Seattle's chances, I guess, as the home team and just with the form that they'd been in attack. But I definitely there's no scenario where I would have called them dropping a 7 spot, and also just how they did it. That second half, I mean, it was one of the best halves of footy I've ever seen them play. Like, it was that good. They were dicing them up. It felt like every single time they had the ball, they were first to every loose ball. They were winning the ball off Cruz Azul. It felt like every single time that they had it, and then the counter was just immaculate. They could have had a couple more goals in this game.
We talked about it. There was at least one that
I will say the Nuhu to Ferreira one that was called offside. He was not offside. He wasn't. The AR raised the flag preemptively and wasn't basing what he was looking at on where the ball was, which in that situation, as we've seen a couple times in the last couple weeks, like on a breakaway like that, you're not offside in that situation if you're behind the man. Otherwise, you couldn't have a breakaway, right? So, like, it's based on where the ball is. They missed that call. Could have been an 8 spot. Could have been. I mean, we won't butterfly effect. We don't know what would have happened. But, like, they could have had the chance generation was just incredible. I thought even in the first half they were working them pretty good. They didn't get any goals. It was a 7-goal half, which is just another hilarious aspect of this. 7.5. How's that even possible? How do you let that happen? Like, I mean, I don't know. But did you want to talk about Ferreira at all? I mean, he was fantastic. He could have had a
Ferreira
Hattie.
was fantastic. I mean, we can talk about that. I did just send in the little private chat thing. I sent a couple of links to some crash out posts, which I thought.
So we can dive into the crash outs. Let's hit a couple more of these supers because we've got some in here. Hunch Punch coming through with the gifted. Thank you so much. We got 1 gifted, 2 gifted, 5 gifted. Thank you, Hunch. You the man. Appreciate you. Derek Richards coming in with the $10. Derek, love you. Appreciate you, man. My biggest takeaway tonight is that the Sounders showed they have this caliber of performance in them. I've been waiting all year for an MLS Cup champion caliber performance, and they showed out. Great point, Derek.
Dude, how does this make them fair in the power rankings? Because this team can beat Inter Miami, I'll tell you that much.
And we're gonna find that out. We're gonna find that out in September. But Inter Miami they needed a last second winner against Atlas. Shout out Gonzo Pineda to get the win in their game, which that one was also called offside and correctly given on the same type of call as we were talking about. So Inter Miami got the dub. The Timbies got a nice little 4-0 on whoever they were playing, and the Loons got a 4-1 on whoever they were playing.
But no one did it against the number one. No one did it against the number 1 seed.
Number one
did
seed.
It against the number 1 seed.
7-0 against the number 1 seed.
Chat, how many? Can you type in chat again? How many goals there were? Because I'm forgetting. I'm forgetting, chat. I need you to
Stick
remind
and Wiggle, $7 super chat.
I need you to remind me.
How many goals, chat?
How many goals was it? I loved this one. Pedro for Puskas. Like, kind of genuinely, though. Like, not a joke. That's actually, could actually be a thing. I could kind of rock with that.
Derek with another $5 super sticker. Thank you guys for all the love. We have by far the most people in here that we've ever had on a stream. So I
imagine fans, show yourselves.
Yeah, show yourselves. Show yourselves. Hold that 7-0 L. Oh my God. $2 from Cinematica. Thank you so much. Ryan Kent, absolute warrior tonight. The Ryan Kent stock is up. Everyone's stock is up. Everyone's stock is up. Ryan Kent gets an assist. Rusnak gets an assist. Nuhu gets an assist and the goal. He didn't get ejected, so it's just an incredible feat all around from the
Listen,
squad.
I love all of this money, but all I'm asking of the 231 of you is that you hit the like button. Okay, you got to hit the like button. It's free 99. For every single person who hits the like button, I'll do a push-up. Okay. I'll do 1 push-up for every like at the end of this stream in celebration.
Another $7 for Max. Thank you, Max. Appreciate you, man. $1 to you, handsome gentleman, for each goal. Sorry, no extra for the offside robbery. Hey, I mean, what if they had dropped a 9 spot? I mean, it's crazy. Like, I don't even know what we're talking about. Like,
dude, does this game feel real to you?
No.
Like, okay, and I think we should give a little background on this Pedro goal too, from where we were sitting. So, for those of you who don't know, the press box is the Sounders press box is a little raucous. It's a motley crew of people who hang out here, which we love. But I have never seen a group of individuals jump up in the air and literally everyone stand up and do this.
Oh my God!
When someone scores, that is the greatest press box reaction I have ever seen to a goal ever. Nico Moreno was running laps around the press box. He was like, I told you. He came up to me. He's like, I told you. Oh my God.
It was the professional etiquette kind of went out the window. The guys on the bench when Pedro hit that reacted the exact same way, and the Sounders social team actually got that on video, which that was, I mean, are we allowed to play that from
yeah, we can play
video?
We can play
yeah.
We can credit the Sounders for it.
At Sounders FC on Twitter. I got it right
at
here.
Sounders FC. Everyone go follow Sounders FC. They're the greatest club in the history of CONCACAF. And while you pull that up, I'm going to read some of these super chats. From Workflow, I am so proud of us. Oh, yeah, 7-0, by the way. And Kyle R. says, does anyone remember that move by Vargas at the top of the box that sent someone into retirement early? Oh, my God. Let's talk about Obed's performance after this, but watch this reaction. Dude, everyone, look at that. The Yay bar.
They don't even know what they just saw.
So
I love a
Golazo.
good bench reaction after a golazo.
Dude, Albert can't even believe it, man. He's like, I wish that was me, bro.
They're covering their eyes. Oh,
I mean, that goal.
it
was
doesn't get better.
ridiculous.
It
doesn't get better. It doesn't get better. It literally doesn't get better. Let's talk about. Come on, bro. Let's talk about this Obed Vargas performance. He told me at the post match that they were chirping him. They were chirping him all day, and that he felt that he had drawn some fouls that weren't called against him, so he was getting a little frustrated, and that energy of the game got pent up. They made them wait at halftime. They made them sit out there, and when he scored that goal, he just let it all out. He let it all out, and he felt so good. So I want to know what your take was on Obed Vargas' performance. I thought, dude, like he legitimately playing against CONCACAF champion raised his stock. That's at least $10 more million on his transfer fee. Am I not wrong? That was Johnny Cardoso isn't giving you that. Johnny Cardoso isn't giving you that. I'm telling you that right now.
No, I mean he was fantastic, and even before the squad went off.
I think we should take some calls too. By the way, sorry.
Yeah, I guess we got to. But I will say regarding Obed, I was even before the squad went off for a 7 spot. I was thinking to myself, just watching him play, not just in this game, but the last like 2 or 3 weeks, like, is he getting more powerful? Is he evolving? So. Because what's the word? He is playing more audacious, I think. Like he's trying stuff that like that's we maybe haven't seen in his bag that he clearly has been working on and is now in his bag. But just the way that he can escape pressure, a couple of those turns when he receives the ball and then just turns away from the defender, accelerates, boom. Like he did that so many times in this game, and they couldn't get the ball off him. So just an incredible performance. We got our first caller, got our first call in. Let's get Rhombus to the stage.
Give us right a thumbs up if you're ready.
You can hear us, Rhombus, can you give us the thumbs up?
Sick.
Rhombus.
Oh, there we go.
Rhombus, you are
in here. It's a long way back to Mexico when your shit. It's a long way back to Mexico when your shit. It's a long way back to Mexico. It's a long way back to Mexico. It's a long way back to Mexico when your shit.
That flight is going to be tough. They got
dude. That's a tough flight.
I think they're going to play the Galaxy next, but the points.
Ooh.
The points.
If the Galaxy beat
they could get a consolation win that way. Yeah. Nice.
Well, the Galaxy won tonight.
Oh,
5 goals.
Damn.
So.
Oh, I didn't know they dropped 5.
They dropped 5. Joey Payne had a brace.
Oh, okay.
Holy crap.
I was 2-1 last time I checked, but Cruz Azul. I mean, I don't think they're going to
take out. They're going to take out this frustration on the Galaxy, and you know what?
Mm-hmm.
So be it.
Yeah. Let's get off our back. If a finer point needed to be made on it, we did score more than the Mariners tonight.
Yeah, by 1.
Yep.
And they scored a lot. They scored that 6 is not.
We did have a conversation in the press box about who is the Sounders' big dumper. We did settle on Jordan Morris, so let that be known as it may be.
So I stand in the Brom end, so I have no real tactical analysis from that perspective. All I have is shit talk.
I love it. Give us some more shit talk then. We're here.
So Cruz Azul coach is probably going to be looking for a new job on LinkedIn. Now is the time to start the Lobbing Scorchers LinkedIn page and open up with it.
Get that resume up to date. Get that resume up to date. Maybe send it to a graphic designer to get it looking all nice. The experience and the education. You got to have it all when you're on the hunt like he's about to be.
As Arlo White would say, that was a tennis score, game, set, and match.
Chad brings up there's a spot open at the Defiance. I also made this joke earlier, but he can just stay. He can just stay and coach the Defiance. But honestly, after that performance, do we even want him coaching up our youth players?
Garbage.
I don't think so.
Garbage.
He got hired so recently.
I know.
If there was any need for a revolving door, that was just on an automatic spin. Now's the time. Now's his calling.
Rhombus, I gotta ask, what is the vibe like in the crowd at Lumen where you're standing during a 7-0? Like what was the vibe when De La Vega bammed that at the end?
I mean, I think it was at 5-0 that we started singing "Go for the Kill." So I just sang "Beat That Dead Horse." I don't know. I mean, like, that's where we were at, and just like, yeah, let's just do that energy. Like, let's just.
It's amazing, like how when they're on fire like that, how much they like feed off the crowd, like how symbiotic it is. Like you could just feel it just snowballing.
Sure.
Off of each other. Like,
yeah, well, I mean, it was like that during the CONCACAF Champions Cup win. Like, people were dejected at halftime, and I was just like, no, they're saving all of the goals for the brown end, and that's what they did. Yeah, they do that.
All right,
you said do.
We got a couple of callers in the queue behind you, Rhombus. But do you have any last takes or observations or favorite parts of the 7-0?
Okay, that kick by Leyva was amazing. Did the goalkeeper get a save on that? I think on the broadcast they were saying like it hit the crossbar, but I think he got a fingertip to it.
I haven't seen the replay yet, but what it looked like to me from the press box was he hit it off the post and it deflected to Nuhu. But I have to watch again to see if the keeper got to that. But either way, freaking perfect free kick. Like,
yes, it was. It was excellent.
Yeah,
give that guy more shots at that. Otherwise,
I totally agree. Yeah.
Otherwise, I don't have anything else insightful. Thank you for the time.
Thank you, Rhombus. Appreciate you calling in. 7-0. Enjoy
7-0.
it. Bask in it. All right. We got Green Blue Tribe up next. Carlos,
our professional scout.
Tribe, give us the thumbs up if you can hear us. We'll bring you on stage. We got you. All right.
Hey, what's
Green
good, guys?
Blue Tribe, what's up, man? Thanks for calling in. 7-0 over Cruz Azul.
I'm a little bit pissed. It should have been 14. And I'm dead serious. No, I'm dead serious. Two of them, two offsides. Danny Musovski should have passed it off as well for one of them. That would have been 10-0. Then there were a couple other ones that we could have done a little bit better. So, I mean, I guess I'm being a little bit critical, but I'm not going to lie.
You can't be that greedy, though, you know?
Well, I mean,
double digits. Imagine if they had 10-0'd them.
It should have been the first half should have been 3-0 or 4. I'm not gonna lie. But what did I say about Kent last time? He's just so good. He's incredible. I keep telling everyone this. He doesn't need to just score. That's not his job. His job is finding these little passes, dribbling through, getting everyone up the field, and he does it so well. Better
like 7 fouls tonight too.
I know.
That was their game plan. They said we're gonna just knock 77. I call it the hack of Kent. Every team's been doing it, and they took it to the goddamn extreme. And how'd that work out for him? How'd it work out for him? They fouled 77.
It worked out like Pumas.
They fouled 77 again all night, and they almost gave up 77 goals. So,
I think the last performance against the Liga MX team like this that we've done was last league's cup against Pumas, 4-0.
Oh, that one felt so good.
Jesus, Morris almost got killed in that one, if I remember, in the last second. Someone almost snapped his ankle. But my thing is, Obed Vargas, man, that boy, that kid, oh my God. Is there anyone in CONCACAF his age that can do things like him already? Yeah. Like, look at how he just goes through players so easily. And De La Vega, my God, he needs a start. Kent needs a start. You got your two wingers. You got Obed in the middle with Albert Rusnok, maybe the center attacking role. I'm a little bit skeptical on Ferreira. I know you guys might not like hearing that. Can I explain myself, though?
Yeah, no, we don't begrudge anyone their Ferreira takes.
From what I've seen, it's just the little passes, the dribbles, and the shots. He's not that clinical. That's my only issue. He's not a bad player. It's just he's not as clinical as I would like in the past. I'm not saying he's bad. I'm saying he's good. He might be a good super sub. I don't see him as a starter when we have all this talent. Like Georgie Manungu, I would take him over Ferreira any day because if you look at his dribbling stats, it's better than Messi in this league. And I'm not just saying that. His completed dribbles, I think it's like 80-something%, something crazy like that. Ferreira has a lot less than that. The passes are better from Georgie Manungu, and I mean, his shooting's a bit more clinical as well than Ferreira, as we've seen. And part of the reason we are out of the Champions Cup that early was because Ferreira did miss an easy opportunity in Mexico City against Cruz Azul. But I do like Ferreira, and I think that he could work on just being a bit more clinical. You know what I'm saying?
All right, now that you said those negative things, you have to say 3 positive things about him and give us your final stoked shit talk towards Cruz Azul.
Okay. He has unbelievable positioning. I'll give him that. That's one. His dribbling at times is very, very good. Not all the time, but you know what I mean. And in the way I've seen, he has great leadership. He's a very, very good leader, and he could be a future captain if he can get his shit together when it comes to finishing. And as for Cruz Azul, bro,
What do you even say?
Man, I just want them to know if we had Noah Ohio this game, it would have been 15. It would have been 15.
Sign him.
I swear. And I hope that coach stays, and I'm gonna, because
Extend
you know
him.
the channel
coach.
Football Gourmet, they're a Cruz Azul fan base. I'm gonna go on and fucking trash talk all night.
Do it.
I'm gonna start.
They're
some shit.
probably like so demoralized at this point that they're just
Absolutely.
gonna agree. They're gonna agree with everything you say.
I'm just so happy, and man, fucking hell, ECS was rocking tonight. It was absolutely beautiful, man.
Hell yeah, Tribe! Thank you for
100%. Love you guys. Thank you for having me on again.
Yeah, appreciate you.
100%. Cheers.
We'll catch you next time. We got Carlos up next, and then no one in the queue after that. So did you pin the?
Yep, it's pinned. Yeah.
All right, link is pinned. No one in the queue after Carlos here. So if you want to jump on and lay down some takes, feel free to queue in. Carlos, can you hear us? Give us the thumbs up, and we will bring you on stage. All right, bringing Carlos on right now. Carlos, thanks for calling in 7-0 over Cruz Azul. I mean, where do you want to start?
Well, I have a lot of friends in Mexico, and I was trolling them tonight and sent them the score at the end of the game, and the response was merely "Que masacre! What a massacre!" I don't think there's anything else left to say. I mean, it was really a massacre.
What do you think? What do you think leads to a 7-0? Like, because if you told me Seattle was going to win this game comfortably, I'd be like, all right, home team. They have it tilted towards them a little bit, arguably. Maybe there's some fatigue, turf stuff. I don't know. You can justify it however you want. But 7, like, what did you see in the game that got the squad rolling like that?
What I saw was they remembered what happened in CONCACAF and CCL, and they remembered that Paul Arriola got his ACL torn out, and they remembered that Jordan Morris tore his hamstring or whatever he did, and they were like, we're gonna fuck you guys into next week.
Yeah.
And we're just like no prisoners. That's what I saw. What I saw was a team that was, we're gonna pile it on, and it doesn't matter how many we score, we're gonna score again and again and again. And I mean, the bow on top of the cake was Pepo's goal, which was just a thing of beauty. Absolutely a thing of beauty. And what I remember from being in the stands there was it took us like 5 seconds to react because we couldn't believe that had actually happened. And the ball was pinging around in the back of the goal, and we were all still like, did it go in? Was that a goal?
That's what I was doing. Everyone else in the press box was going off. I was just like, yeah, no, I think
Ari was next to me, and he was just frozen. He was like, and I'm like grabbing him and just like shaking him violently. Oh my God.
It
was so improbable. Just what I mean, I've never in my life in person seen a goal better than that. Ever. Never from the Sounders, but definitely never just period in my life. And you know what's even better is it comes off me absolutely chirping Pedro for the last 4 weeks. And I told you all, I said, how good it feels to be wrong. How great it feels to be wrong. Because that man has arrived. Oh my God. He is
Noah, never stop being you, Noah.
I think what you mentioned about
Moose. I did it to Moose and I did it to Pedro. So you can all be thanking me, I guess.
I told you that you have the magic touch. Carlos, I think what you mentioned about like them remembering CONCACAF is spot on. And that's like when Ferreira was yapping the guy after Pedro scored that, I think that was that coming out a little bit, because you know that in that game in Mexico when they were working Seattle, I'm sure they had a lot to say about it. So just to see the whole team return the favor like that and then score 7 on him and then let him know about it. Oh man, that must have felt so good. Like for them to be on the field for that. I mean, what else do we even hit from this game that we're missing? Nuhu, Ryan Kent, like, yeah, please.
I think the only thing missing from this game is Jingle Bells. Really? I mean, the only thing would have been if they could have done this in Mexico City, then Jingle Bells, and it would have been the greatest thing ever. But this felt like a good revenge game.
Oh, it's got to be the best revenge game I can think of. Like, you can't get revenge much better than a 7 spot, can you? Like, God.
I guess you could have scored 8, but I mean, let's not get greedy. I mean, come on.
Absolutely.
Yeah, exactly.
And I mean, I guess you could have gotten 7, but not had Nuhu score.
I wanted the Nuhu free kick to go in.
Come on, guys.
Yeah. I mean, Nuhu, I think he is on track to regaining his status. You know, I thought he played well in his Atlanta cameo, and I mean, let's give him credit. He was fantastic tonight. Like, he was a very big reason why that game got as crooked as it did.
But I want to call out also and I'm sorry, I missed his name, who was just on before me, who said Danny Leiva's free kick was sick. It was so good. And we know that Danny has been working on that, and he is really, really good at those free kicks. And it was almost in just from the free kick.
Yeah. Like Danny Leiva's stock way up. Way up. He's probably the best set piece taker on the team right now. Like, Rusnak was good on him last year, but they really have not been good on them at all team wide this year. Although the Seattle Sounders did score off a quarter kick tonight. They were exercising all kinds of demons.
All sorts of demons. Yamar getting a corner kick goal. He's been so close so many times this year, and that was awesome. And he just put in a banger to get everything started. So yeah.
Anything else that you wanted to hit? We still got no one in the queue. So if you got anything else to cook on, feel free.
No, I'll sign off, and I'll just say, let Noah cook, because I just love his takes, and sometimes you kind of go off the rails a little bit, but sometimes I love it. So
that's my role. Yeah,
bring it, man. Just don't be shy.
Love it. Thank you, Carlos.
Appreciate you, Carlos. Great call. We'll talk to you soon.
Thank you, guys.
Take care.
I've got a few more minutes in me before they start kicking me out of Lumen Field here, because I just watched the security guy walk by me and go.
Yeah, they
and
do
it's
that
like
sometimes.
we're streaming. We're streaming here.
We're explain to him that we're streaming.
Can we get your take on the ECS? They're not boycotting.
Yeah, it's not a boycott.
Just to make it clear, ECS is not boycotting. They just said that when they polled and asked their own members if they were going to show up to these matches or if they had any interest, the response was low, and so that they couldn't promise that there would be a huge number of people at these matches. And because basically they're like a complete volunteer organization, sometimes people have to take some time off. You know what I mean? So,
Do you think their interest is going to be peaked now?
but that's what I'm saying. People might be back. People might be back. Should we? I don't know. I don't know what to do, dude. I'm just filled with joy and happiness. And Liga MX, people were talking so much shit in the last few days. They said that
Is someone knocking on your door right now?
there's rolling some garbage cans over
Oh,
there.
okay.
And they said that like Liga MX clubs are absolutely dominating these MLS teams, and like this tournament is such a joke and all this and that and the other thing. Just saying.
Okay, I just on this topic because last year the results were tilted towards MLS clubs to the point where Liga MX fans and clubs were complaining about it. We have to travel for all of them. We have to play them all on the road. We're playing in these stadiums that we're not used to or whatever. Which I will grant that something that I would eventually like to see changed about this tournament is that like some of the games get hosted in Mexico. I think it does honestly skew it a little bit towards the MLS clubs to have them hosting every game. But I've been saying the entire time these have been talking points. Yeah, but if your league and your clubs are that much better as you say they are, then like you can't take some results on the road. You can't win a road game, maybe you can't. But 7, you get on a plane and all of a sudden you give
Wait,
up.
chat, how many was it?
Like, what are we talking about?
Yeah, this was a complete meltdown by Cruz Azul, and they can complain. And I've already heard some of the things that Nico was saying that people were on the Mexican side were saying is like, oh, they had to travel and it was on turf and it's a new team and blah blah. Shut up. Seven.
Wasn't Bogos out there?
Oh yeah, was Bogusz out there?
I think he was.
I don't know. Honestly, couldn't tell you because he didn't do anything.
He didn't do anything. All right, we got a few people queued up now. We got Marco, Nat, Rick, Hunch.
We got a lot.
This is a big queue, so we're gonna get through all these. We'll go Marco first. If you can hear us, give us the thumbs up. We'll bring you on stage. There he is. Marco, what's up, man? Thanks for calling in. 7-0. What did you think? How are you feeling?
The game was crazy. I was watching at home. I had my 1-month-old on my chest.
Oh,
and I was just like silently screaming the whole time. It was crazy.
You were doing the press box etiquette that the rest of us field, but you had more stakes on it.
Yeah. Man, it was so much fun watching the game.
1 month being into a Sounders fan and already gets to watch one of the greatest matches in Sounders history. I mean, talk about a good luck charm. Come on.
Yeah, definitely. My wife was telling me, you're going to be 70 years old recalling this game, telling me.
What was your favorite part of the 7-0? Favorite goal, favorite moment? What was the moment?
The Nuhu goal, man. I'm always like super pumped when Nuhu scores a goal or gets an assist.
Which he's been doing kind of a lot lately. It's weird.
Yeah. And also like Obed scoring against Cruz Azul, like, dude, that kid's like, Seattle's just not respected internationally, and he should be like somewhere else he's a huge name and he's a great player, and yeah.
he was so lit after he scored that. That's the most lit I've ever seen him. Like, and it's because of kind of what we were talking about, like the smack talk, the fouling, like all the stuff that comes with these games. After he scored that, you could feel the satisfaction just radiating off of him. So the Nuhu goal, though, I mean, that was awesome.
Yeah,
I wanted the Danny Leyva free kick. But,
also, I think it was hilarious on the last goal, on De La Vega's last goal. De Rosario, he kind of looked scared for a second, like he kind of flinched, like he should run at it or not. It was pretty hilarious. He was like right there, right in front of it.
He looked good.
Yeah, cool. It was a lot of fun. Yeah, man. Crazy game. I love watching you guys' streams. I'm gonna sign off now.
Hell yeah. Thank you, Marco.
Thank you, Marco. Appreciate you, man.
And give that baby a big kiss on the forehead from us because that is our good luck charm
I
going
will. I
forward.
will.
New good luck
Thanks,
charm
guys.
just
Good night.
dropped. Thank
See
you,
you, Marco.
man. Appreciate you. We got Nat up next. Nat, if you can hear us, give us the thumbs up.
Rocking that beautiful,
Bringing
beautiful
to the
kid.
stage right now.
Hello.
Oh, he's got the mic set up.
Let's
and
go. You're basically a
Yes.
podcaster now.
Yeah, I also have a podcast.
There you go.
Yeah.
Oh, what's your show? Go plug your show.
Plug it.
It's called Football is Life. Yeah, we talk. Do it with two other MLS guys. One's a Nashville fan and one's an NYCFC fan. So we cover a lot of MLS. It's good.
Hell yeah.
But that was a great game. And I wanted to ask you guys, what was happening? Why did it take Cruz Azul so long to get back onto the field?
It's theatrics. It's theatrics.
That is not by accident. That is 100% like gamesmanship. Like
they did it in
trying
Champions
to
Cup.
mess with you. I've seen it done a lot of times. They're trying to throw you off, have you in this mindset that it's about to start and then it's not starting and you're waiting. So I've seen a lot of League MX teams and just other MLS teams actually too try that. It's a thing, and I love when it doesn't work, but
backfired.
That could not have backfired anymore.
Yeah.
Actually. Yeah. But yeah, no, it's a good catch because anytime you see a club doing that, it's 100% by design.
Jake reminding me that I'm at 150 push-ups. We're gonna need to do that tomorrow. I'm not doing that in this stadium, but I'll give you a good set before we leave.
Nat, what else from this game? What did you see from the 7th spot?
The other thing for Danny Leyva, the free kick, which is an incredible save from the keeper.
Did he touch it? Did you see?
I think the keeper touches that.
Oh,
he puts it onto the bar. But I'm trying to think. I think Danny Leyva still hasn't scored in MLS. The only goal that he scored is the wonder goal against Vancouver. Which
that counts in our hearts.
Counted, and that was Zach McMath called for a foul. That is not a foul. So
I'll litigate that one anytime. That was a good goal.
Yeah, I feel bad for Danny Leyva because obviously he came onto the team so young, and then he got pushed to the side because of Atencio and Vargas, and now he's still with the team, but he's and he could be starting for someone else. He was starting when he was with Colorado. So, it's tough. But when he comes on, in this game, he was good. And, he hits a really nice free kick.
I think that he definitely made a case in this game, not just with the free kick, but just kind of how he played. He was playing that more advanced role that we've been talking about, right? Like that. So, I think he made a case that this team could use another contingency plan Rusnak plays every freaking minute, every single week at that spot. You can slide Ferreira over there, but what if there's a situation where you either want to keep Ferreira in the wide channel or you want to give Rusnak and him a rest for whatever reason? Danny Leyva looked to me like he could competently fill that role and even excel. He looked good. He looked good facilitating, and then his set pieces are great. So yeah, Danny Leyva, stock up.
Yeah, especially with if we want to give Vargas and Rodon a rest, then Brunel and Danny Leyva for Santos Laguna, and they are bad. So
they are bad.
That's a good topic actually, which is does a crooked result like this affect how you approach the next game? Because I think it gives you a little. You don't want to get complacent or rest on your laurels, but I think you could theoretically maybe finally rest some guys like we've been.
We didn't see Paul at all in this game, which is crazy because Paul has been just on fire of late, and I thought Kent was okay. He was a little better than he's been recently, but he kind of slowed down since the Club World Cup. Or when he first came, he was good, and then he slowed down. But he got an assist today, so that's good. But I hope that for the next game, like I guess Paul should come back in, and then we should play Manungu. Like
I agree with that. Yeah.
We should start him. Like no one can defend against him this season until we can learn. Until teams learn how to defend against him, we should play him.
This is a great platform for him, just running at guys, taking guys on 1v1. Every time he's played this season, he has shown that aptitude for winning his 1v1s, getting around guys, making things happen, creating dangerous chances. So, I think Georgie and Danny Leyva are both guys that I think I want to see get more run before this phase 1 stuff is over. So good shouts there. Nat, we got a packed queue right now, so we're gonna keep pushing. But any last
final
takes
thoughts,
or final
final
thoughts?
shit talk as well.
The final thing I would say, I love that Messi is right now in 6th place and he won a game, so that's great.
I knew that. Out. Yeah.
I mean, in general, I want this tournament to go away because it sucks. So and that will happen if Miami doesn't do well in my opinion. So I like that. And then I just wanted to say I loved it was such kind words about Battle FC and the semifinal. I work on the broadcast for Battle FC. It was very nice to hear what you said, and obviously it's going to be an amazing. I'm very excited for the final coming up on Saturday. So up the bridges.
Awesome, man. Yeah, good luck with your show, and that's awesome to hear you're affiliated with Ballard. We're fans. We're all in for this title match. It's going to be sick.
Yeah, let's take down Soccer Wise.
Let's go.
Take down Soccer Wise. Take down Vermont Green. Vermont Green, you're next.
Yes.
Thanks, Nat. Appreciate you.
All right,
talk soon.
Bye.
Have a good one, Nat.
All right, we got Rick up next. He's got his video on. Rick, if you guys got the thumbs up, we're gonna bring him to the stage right now.
Running these because I
what?
think I'm gonna get
half
arrested
a soccer, guys.
Whoa, you got the whole kit. Did you rob the kit room?
eBay is a wonderful drug.
You're talking to the number one gremlin of it over here.
That's right. I'm telling. Yeah. See, we are simpatico here. That was an incredible half of soccer. I've never seen a half of soccer that well. Like the first half reminded me a lot of the first leg of CCC when Cruz Azul came. It was really cagey. It was active. It was entertaining, but we didn't see anything go in the back of the net. I mean, we even had a disallowed goal. So it was deja vu all over again there. But that second half was nothing. I mean, I'm shocked, and it was a great palate cleanser. I went down to Mexico City for leg 2. Had high hopes for this team, the deepest team we've ever had. And, I had to declare an ACL on my return trip, unfortunately, picked it up on the pitch and brought it back home with us. So it was a rough one down there, but what a palate cleanser. What a game.
Was that a perfect half of soccer? Like,
we can always nitpick, right? Like there's always more, but I can't. Did Munich put up 7.5 against Auckland? I don't think so. I can't imagine a better half of soccer than that.
Never has an MLS team in the history of MLS, from what me and Jeremiah could find, this could be a false statement, but I'm going to say it anyway because who cares about journalism? Never has a team scored 7 in one half. An MLS team, at least. And definitely not against a Liga MX opponent, and definitely not against a CONCACAF champion.
Absolutely.
Team.
Like that's a real opponent. And it reminded me, again, let's not get ahead of our skis here. It's one match. But, when we did that
but
CCL
we're winning the
run,
whole thing.
When we did that CCL run, we learned from the League's Cup run the year prior and playing Lyon, right? And so when we went and actually had to play them in CCL, we looked really good. Like we learned something. And I felt a bit about that with the Club World Cup. Like this team, like that was the team that we saw playing against Botafogo, right? That was the team that we saw playing against Atleti and against PSG. And so it was really good to see. We learned something today too. We learned what it takes to get Christian Roldan off the pitch. You have to be up 5-0. So if you're up 5-0, we can pull him off the pitch. But that's
when
the
he
standard.
Subbed out in the 80th, I was like, oh, whoa.
That's the standard, 5-0. That's the lead that Smets is comfortable with to pull out his destroyer. So
at least now we know.
Yeah. I mean, we
Snyder
know 3-0 is not
did get
enough. So
Brunel got his debut, so that was nice to see.
Yep. And that goal at the end was, I mean,
they did
just a
okay.
stunner.
So Trevor's saying that it'd be unbelievable if there wasn't video evidence. This is the Wilt Chamberlain game of soccer. This is the 100-point game of soccer, right? Has to be.
Well, this one was on TV, so
this one wasn't fake.
Yeah. We didn't have this in Hershey. Like, there's not even an arena in Hershey. Come on.
Yeah, exactly. Who's ever been to Hershey, Pennsylvania? Come on.
All right. Well, gentlemen, thanks for the night. Thanks for keeping up late. I've got some adrenaline to burn off still.
Hell yeah.
But go Sounders, and I guess now we just got to take it seriously.
Yeah, it's a highly prestigious, valuable tournament.
I mean, we had 3 goals ahead of Portland. So
yeah, and they scored 4. So that shows you how many goals Seattle got. All right, thanks, Rick. Appreciate you, man.
See you, Rick.
We'll catch you for the next one. Take care. All right, we're gonna keep it pushing here. We got Hunch.
I have to go. I legitimately am being kicked out. Okay.
So I got
you got this.
I got it.
Thank you, Hunch, Parker, and Max. I love you all. You guys rock. Keep it together. And please, you guys are coming on here. You got to shit talk for me because I'm not going to be here.
All right. Good stuff, Noah. Reporting from on site like an official journalist. Just me running the show now, but we're going to keep pushing through the rest of these calls. Bring Hunch to the stage right now. Hunch, I knew you were calling in. What's up, man? 7-0. How are you feeling?
Feeling pretty good. I was telling somebody, I told a number of people, I had a folder for 6-0, like on my desktop. I have it, and they went and just blew that out of the water. I don't have a 7-0 folder.
I mean, it's funny. Like when they got 6, I try not to be presumptuous with the titles of the streams, like result wise, but when it gets lopsided enough, I can be like reacting to win or whatever. But so I plugged 6-0 into the title because I was like, they're not going to score a 7th, and then De La Vega did that. I guess that's a good place to start. Hunch, what did you think of De La Vega overall? But also, just was that the best goal a Sounders player has ever scored?
So somebody else brought that up, and I'll go back to what I've said about Pedro the whole time. Is last year it just didn't. Overall doesn't count, and this year is his starting fit and everything else, and he's got the whole year. He's got the whole year to show what he can and wants to do. And as I said, he was the stock you'd invest, and it's already showing signs of what the trend is going to be. And it complicates things on the left because once Paul Arriola comes back next year, that left side is really crowded. Although by the sounds of it from Kent talking at the annual meeting, I think he's only signed for this year. But I mean, Pedro, he's on the incline, and while we can see what he can do, it's not an overpressure situation. Just let him be out there and find the game, and it's clearly working. And he's clearly happy. Like he loves that. Bring it back to the top of the box, even though that one was a volley. And the cross of goal shot into the far corner, he loves it. He if I recall, in the first season last year for him, he took so many shots from basically that angle, not necessarily off the volley, but he favors that. So if that's what makes him comfortable and he can deliver, like who's going to not say, well, I don't know if we're going to put Pedro on the left in this game or not. Are you kidding?
Talked about the last goal a lot because it was so incredible, but the first one he got was a really good goal too. Like all these goals he's scoring right now are like very clinical and well taken, and there's 2 absolutely incredible golazos in there, including this one, which it's just like that shouldn't be possible to hit a volley that perfect from service. That's Alex Roldan hit that from 40 plus yards away.
Yes. And that's why Alex is so great on those crosses on the right, both the short cross right at the edge of the 18 or full field. Like he's got the vision for it, and he can chop it up to give himself space. I mean, he has broken some ankles and can still do it. And that makes him that much more dangerous because he can also take it in the box. And so that makes defenders back off of him, which is why he's so valuable there on the right. But as far as best goal ever, I would say it's tied or close to tied with that Patrick Ianni goal from like.
Oh, that's a deep cut.
Yeah. And if you look it up, it's on YouTube. Actually, MLS still has it as one of the top goals. That's insane. Very, very similar, but a little more direct. But still, full volley. His legs are up at head level, like just crazy. Like it was out of the blue. But I mean, I don't know if you can define it as perfection, but there's nothing you can find wrong with what Pedro just did. Like you couldn't cut it more narrow. The goalkeeper's feet didn't even move because he didn't expect to have to make the save because it was that good. And then it hit all 3 bars once it was in the net and then out. It had that much force and momentum still on it when it got there. Like it didn't eke in and like happen to roll. Like it was with force, so much so that it kicked back out. So that was crazy.
It was one of those ones that he hit so perfectly that when it left his foot, it's like it felt like everything started to go in slow motion and everyone was just like mesmerized by the flight. And then, oh man, just what a moment. Hunch, what else from this game? We got a couple people behind you.
Yeah. Let me run some stuff down here.
Yeah. Run your takes.
So Kent looked good in the first half, and the way they were chopping him down, there were times where like they had 3 defenders literally boxing him in the corner. And clearly they were going in to foul him, which, I mean, he's not somebody who has a short temper, and he's never really, fouling was just the way they went. But the point being is that was eventually going to run out. They never did get a persistent infringement. But once they would start earning those in the second half, it's, you're going to free Kent up. So it's, as much as it sucked to beat Kent, it's effective because they were clearly worried about him. And eventually he was going to make a difference. Although that said, I did say, and I told my friend who we were in the stands with, I said, you know what this game needs? And I said, Pedro. And I couldn't have been more right. So I was happy about that. Brunel looked good, but I'm going to have to go back and watch the replay because I really didn't quite see. He was kind of mobile, but I didn't really see what he did. But it seemed decent enough. I thought Jesus had a good game and connected well with Rusnak, which that really needs to be some good chemistry overall for us to be functional. I mean, that's the engine in the center there. And I will say, going into the second half, especially once we had a 2-goal lead, we could dribble right up the middle and they would not challenge us. It's like they had already pushed so many numbers forward that we would literally take it from the center circle and dribble almost to the attacking third.
There's so much
their defender would approach. Yeah, and I was like, what are they doing? Like, they're just giving us this room at 2 goals. So it's like, you can't completely do that. And this is what happens. I mean, they say you're open at the back, but they were open in the middle. Like, what? The one place you can't be.
They lost the plot. They melted down.
Yeah.
But that's like when Seattle like forces a team into melting down like that. It's just such a great sight, and it was such like a blood in the water feeling. Like they sensed that they could destroy this team, and then they did. It was great.
Weird. It was weird though, because like it seemed like I was just waiting for Cruz Azul to start playing at some point in the first half. It just felt like they were coasting, trying to figure out how hard they were going to have to play. And they had 3 shots to our 2 in the first like 30 minutes or something like that, and they were dangerous. Like their shots were, but to another point, Thomas had a great game. He was ready. Did you see the ref award a corner kick for time wasting during live play?
Yo, yeah, that was weird.
I've
never seen that. Yeah, I've never seen that.
No.
I know it's a call they can make, but I've never seen it done.
He wasn't bouncing the ball or dribbling it like a basketball or anything like that. And I mean, maybe it had been 10 seconds, but who in the first half in a 0-0 game?
Yeah, it's like 8 seconds is technically the I don't know. That was the officiating, it was not great, but when you have a subpar ref, no excuses. Just go out and win the game anyway. And they dropped a 7 spot, so no harm.
Yeah, that was the second half. And he also gave, I guess, Osaze something for celebrating a yellow card.
So Osaze, that was stupid too. Osaze was doing the homage to his dad, Dwayne Rosario, one of the best players in MLS history. And that's the celebration that Dwayne used to do after he scored. So he pulled the shirt over his head. So he got the yellow for
taking off
shirt.
Okay.
But he didn't take it off.
Take
it off. It didn't come off. So what are we talking about?
Yeah, I mean, if that's what it takes to get goals, I'm fine with it. Although I imagine, do you know anything? Well, I'll say that for the end here. And then we had like a clear advantage play again. Like they chopped down Christian or somebody, but we were breaking away and we were in the attacking third, and the ref called it all the way back to our defensive third.
Yeah, that was
after like
22.
3 seconds. It's like, what are you doing? God, that ref was terrible. Terrible.
It was not great.
No.
All right, Hunch. Anything else? I got to keep
last
pushing in
couple.
the queue. But yeah,
Did
go for it.
Leyva get an assist for that free kick?
He should.
Yeah, okay. I thought so too. We saw something weird. This is more about the function of the tournament, and maybe you know, maybe you don't, because I don't. We saw like there's some other games that ended in ties, but they still went to a shootout.
Yeah.
And,
So yeah.
And then one team got a win, but the other team still got the tie in terms of the record, not a loss.
Yeah. So how it works is if it's tied, it goes straight to PKs, and whoever wins PKs gets 2 points in the standings, and whoever loses the shootout gets 1.
Okay. Well, that explains that.
It's a whole new. The format's a whole.
Yeah, the whole thing's crazy. Does goal differential matter?
Yeah, it's one of the tiebreakers.
It is one of the tiebreakers. Okay.
So that's why the 7 spot actually does matter too.
Okay. Yeah, clearly it does. And well, I'll just say this. I mean, as somebody already pointed out, with Bayern Munich playing basically a USL 2 team and winning 10-0, we technically should have had 9 by the 2 that were called off, which that one, the long review, absolutely should have been a goal. But yeah. Love that you guys did the show tonight. Thanks for doing it.
Oh, we were never not doing the show. We were always
historic.
Yeah, a historic 7 spot. We're going live. That's that. You can bet on that every time. But Hunch, thanks as always for the call, man. Always good catching up with you. And we'll talk to you on the next one.
Thank you, man.
Take care. All right, we got Parker up next. Max after that. Parker, if you can hear me, hit me with that thumbs up. Bringing you to the stage right now. Parker, what's up, man? Thanks for calling back in. 7-0 over Cruz Azul. What'd you think of what we just witnessed?
Yeah, it's pretty insane. I'm so stoked. I'm curious how you think we unlocked that, though. Like, what did we do to where we were all on the same page?
Man, I don't like that. I've been thinking about that, and like it's kind of hard to know what to attribute a 7 spot to, but this attack has been in very good form lately. This was like the 4th or 5th game in a row that they've scored multiple goals. They've had a lot of 3-goal games, so I think they've been playing well on offense anyway, and it was partially a continuation of that. And I think the second half they really they just found their groove. But I think there's an element to it too of what we've been talking about, of like sensing the vulnerability, blood in the water, like knowing that you've got an opponent on the ropes and being kind of pissed off about what they did to you last time you played, and being like, let's just go beat the shit out of these guys. Like, I think, and like sometimes when you go up 3, 4, 5 goals, you let up a little bit because it's just about closing it out. And this was a situation where they were like, no, like we need as many goals as we can for the table anyway. And also, fuck these guys.
Yeah,
like they beat us in Mexico, and we're talking all kinds of mess the whole game. Their fan base was like talking all kinds of mess like that whole game, and after that, we're like no sympathy. That's kind of that's kind of how I felt.
100%. Yeah, I have a couple thoughts on that too, and I totally agree. I would add to that in the sense there's 2 things here. One is the Seattle Sounders have a winning identity. And so we have this thing where we have been in these, I mean, we're the only MLS team ever to qualify on merit to the Club World Cup.
Yep. Famously.
We're the only team to ever win CONCACAF Champions League under the current format. And there's a few other things where, in the last 10 years, many of the players that are still on the roster or the bench have been part of that identity. So there's a little bit of an imposter syndrome that can happen where I know I can do this. I have done this, but these past few years I've been struggling to do it. And so like knowing that I can do something and then actually doing it can create a little bit of like, I saw this a lot with Javier Arriaga a couple years back, where he was just so emotionally drained. I liked him, but he like knew he could do it, but he was struggling to get there. It was like, I think it like hurt his heart a little bit. Anyway, so I think the win tonight was far beyond the 7-0. I think it hit the reset of our identity as a team to where nobody is going to be struggling with imposter syndrome. Nobody. We had 5 different people score a goal tonight, like from, and it wasn't like all people like forward midfield or whatever. right? It was like throughout our whole team.
Oh, everyone was in on it. The CB
Right.
was in on it. The left back was in on it. De Rosario's son was in on it. I already said the left back, but like, yeah, it was from everywhere. Like,
But
that
so
was
dumb that he got a freaking yellow card for that.
okay. This is my only like potentially like charitable reading of that, which is that it was for just like the general elongation of the celebration,
Sure,
which maybe that's it, because if it was for the shirt removal, he didn't remove it. He literally didn't. He pulled it over his head. So that's not like, how is that a yellow?
Right.
That was stupid, but that's like a yellow I'll happily take
Sure.
all
Yeah,
day.
who cares? Give us the yellow. We
Yeah.
finished 7-0. Give me all the yellow cards.
They should have got a yellow card for inhumane treatment of their opponent. Like,
right. Yeah. The other thing there too is the first half, I think there were a lot of tempers, and Cruz Azul came in kind of like trying to put us in our place.
Yeah.
Kind of like, no. Like, you're playing with us now. Like, yeah, we're on your field, but you're playing with the big leagues now. And so I think the other powerful thing that we had coming back into the second half, and just in general, how we were able to be on the same team, is I think it was almost like a Cool Runnings moment where they're just like, I don't know if you remember the old movie from the 90s.
Yeah, I've seen it. Not for a while, but yeah.
Yeah, like, I see pride, I see power. Anyway, where they just like came together and is like, no, like, you're not going to treat my brother that way. We're all in this together. So I'm really proud of us. I thought it was just an incredible game, and I hope that we somehow figure out a way to unlock that same rhythm with, like, because if we can figure that out, then we're untouchable. Like,
it's definitely like, if they can consistently tap into anything even remotely resembling that level, this team can contend for any trophy that they're playing for this year.
If we can have 15 minutes of any game at that level, we're set.
And I think that's like, one game is one game, and they're not going to score 7 goals every single week. But it's like, you just want as many data points as you can possibly get of playing at a caliber and level that can win you trophies. And that was beyond that level.
Incredible.
Yeah.
That was so much fun.
What did you how did you react when the that last De La Vega goal went in?
I just couldn't believe it. Like, how do you even get that kind of contact on the ball? First of all, the cross was amazing. The cross was like maybe almost as spectacular as the goal itself. Like,
yeah,
not quite, but like, holy crap, it was amazing.
It was like, remember that one, the famous one that Wayne Rooney hit for DC United to Lucho Acosta?
Right.
That was like one of the greatest plays in MLS history. It wasn't from as deep as Rooney, but it felt like it. Like, it was from so deep.
And to be honest, our past 3 games, we've had some incredible assists. We're just and people are in the right spot. So, but I don't know how it's like, I need to go watch the replay 20 times, because he shouldn't have been able to get that in the back of the net.
No,
it was like,
there's
on
no
his
way.
shin.
There's no way. When the cross came in, it didn't even occur to me that it would
he would go for it.
Volley on target, let alone that goes in. Like, what are we even?
I still don't think it's possible. Like, he hit left, right, up, down. Like, he was using some cheat codes.
It's moments like that, that are why we all love the sport. It's like watching guys do stuff that defies what you think should be possible. That was like one of those moments, as much as any I've seen from this team, like that I can think of in recent memory. That was one of those ones where it's like, that shouldn't be possible.
Physics are broken. I don't know anything anymore.
He broke physics. Parker, anything else that you wanted to hit from this one?
That's it. Go Sounders.
New who goal, Danny Leyva, anything at all?
It was all incredible, and I just want to see more.
Hell yeah. Great call, man. Thanks for tapping in. Always great catching up with you, and we'll catch you on the next one.
Take care. Thank you.
All right, Parker. All right, we got our boy Max up next. He's giving me the thumbs up. We got Sounder at heart, photographer, extraordinaire himself, Max Aquino, tapping in. Max, are you still at the field?
Oh, I wasn't there tonight. I had to work.
Oh, okay.
I'm actually still at work right here.
Okay, it looks sort of press box adjacent behind you, so I was like,
it does.
7-0 over Cruz Azul. What'd you think of that?
Well, first off, I honestly didn't think we played that well. I don't know why everyone's making such a big deal about it. Wait, we were wearing blue, right? No, that was fun. That was a lot of fun. My only real, a couple things, I actually had them doing. Oh, one, I'm very disappointed we didn't do Jingle Bells because we were technically the away team.
Can we just talk about how silly that is that they try to like neutral like I will say there were a lot of Cruz Azul fans there. I saw they were walking around outside the stadium before the game, and then there was a ton of them in the stadium, which I think is hilarious that they all had to witness that in person. But they did make their presence felt. So
I guess
credit
we're just
to them
a really
for
good
that.
road team.
But like, yeah, why like you can't just have teams host the game and then be like it's a neutral site. That's not how it's not a neutral site.
No, it's not. Let's see here. I actually liked the fact that the 8 seconds got called. It helps that it didn't burn us, but that's one of my biggest pet peeves is the time wasting that goalkeepers do, and that's being a goalkeeper myself. I like the idea of just get it back into play. So hey, good on the ref for actually calling it. Let's see if other referees actually have the balls to do it when it's time.
Yeah, exactly. I agree with it on principle, but it's like I never see that called. If that gets called, then like that should have been called in Seattle's favor a lot of times. I can tell you that.
Yeah, but well, it's not. I know that it's not implemented in MLS right now. But it's implemented in the tournaments that are happening because we're always delayed because of our schedule. So we don't take on the new rules until next season.
I kind of like it then if it's I thought it was just like one of those always been a rule that just never gets called and got randomly called. But if that's like a new thing they're doing, I can get behind that. Behind that.
So the old rule was technically 6 seconds, and if they didn't let it go in 6 seconds, then there would be an indirect free kick from the spot. But they never called that ever. Yeah. So they and part of that is because it was such a severe penalty. So because indirect free kick in the box at that spot is just ridiculous. So they came out with the new rule that says you have 8 seconds and the referee will actually count it down. And if the goalkeeper's starting to do his motion as he hits 1 or 0, they're fine with it as long as he gets rid of it. But so the new rule is if he doesn't get rid of it in 8 seconds, it goes to a corner kick instead, which I actually like. I think it's a good rule.
All right. Well, anything that can potentially mitigate time wasting, I'm in favor of. Max, what did you think of Pedro de la Vega? 2 goals, including one of the best goals I've ever seen a Sounders player score, if not the best. That's got to be like Sports Center top 10 number 1. Like
I wish I was there to get a photo of it, but I also know where I normally set up, and I wouldn't have had a good angle. So I guess that it was good just as well I wasn't there. But oh man, that must have been just amazing to see, like live.
Oh my God. Well, like it created the most unprofessional press box environment I've ever
heard.
I am extremely well drilled at not reacting to goals at this point because like I take that like to heart. Like if I'm in the press box, like in going crazy, it's distracting. You're really not supposed to do it. But like a goal like that, it's just like people are going to react how they're going to react because that was crazy.
Absolutely. I mean, I'm trying to remember MLS Cup when we had that at home. That was another case where they finally said, "Guys, it's okay." When we went up 3-0, apparently I was down on the field, but same deal. It's like photographers were celebrating on that one. That was so to see that is just fun.
What did you just think of the entire second half? 7 goals all in one half, like. What I kind of gave my take on it on the last call, but like, what do you think unlocked that type of eruption?
Oof, I don't know. I don't know. I'm very happy to see it. One thing I will say is that one thing I like about Leagues Cup is that when the Mexican teams come here, the Liga MX teams, they don't really bunker. And that's one thing that we have found works against us that MLS has figured out. So that's one reason we actually do quite well at home in Leagues Cup is because they play an attacking free-flowing game against us, and that lets us open up our game, which is where we actually thrive. So if they actually scouted us really well and were intent on winning this, they're also Cruz Azul, so they probably have the confidence going in. But like a lot of the teams would come in. But I remember when we had our big run a number of years ago, I remember seeing who was it? It wasn't Leon, because I can't remember which teams we beat at home, but the ones that we beat at home, I remember thinking these guys don't usually we're actually catching up with them in the attack, and they're not defending effectively. So that benefits us here.
No, you're totally right that they typically don't approach these games like that, which I can appreciate on one hand, but kind of like one of the last callers alluded to, there was a tinge of arrogance with how they came into this game. You could sense it. They felt like they handled Seattle pretty easily in CCC, which yes and no. I still maintain that second leg, it was 2-1 in the 81st minute. Okay. Like it wasn't like the craziest blowout I've ever seen. Seattle gave up a couple goals late that made it look worse than it was, but they were feeling themselves after that. They're feeling themselves because they went on and won CCC. So I get it. But the way they came in, and not just their tactics, but how they were trying to push Seattle around, they were hacking Ryan Kent like no one's business. Like I think that it came back to bite them. Like I kind of feel like it did. You could sense that sort of I don't know if entitlement's the right word, but they thought this is what's so great about it. They thought they were going to come in and win that game easily.
Yeah,
that's what they thought.
So I'll leave you on this last thought that it's icing on the cake for me to see who would get a goal. So there's only two things I need to see now. I need to see a legitimate Danny Leyva goal. The first one was legitimate, but it got called back first.
It's not on the stat sheet, so
right. I want to see that, and I want to see an Andrew Thomas goal. Hey, if we're going nuts, why not?
One of the goal kicks that just sails, and the Tim Howard.
Yeah, or a PK, or just a corner.
Oh, PK! He did make a PK in Open Cup, but
okay,
I don't know.
You know what? You're right. I have seen an Andrew Thomas goal. Then, all right,
that doesn't really count. We want one from open play. How about that?
Works for me. All right, I'll let you off there. So, hey, thanks for doing the show, man. You guys are great.
Thanks for calling in, Max. You're welcome to tap in anytime. Sounder at Heart, photographer extraordinaire. So appreciate you calling in. We'll catch you soon.
All right, see you later.
Night, Max. All right, we got Scott up next, Kenny after that, and then the queue is empty. I'm not gonna go all night, but if more people want to tap in, I'm also down to keep hanging out. How often do you get a 7-0? Real quick before we bring Scott in, I think we only got one. We only got one $5 super from Derek. Derek Richards, you're a maniac as always. Thank you so much for the support. Oh wait, there are a couple supers. Sorry. Okay, we got Workflow. I'm so proud of us. Oh yeah, 7 by the way. Ha 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 is pretty much how I feel about the situation. We did hit that one from Kyle, but we'll hit it again. Move by Vargas at the top of the box that sent someone into early retirement. Yeah, Obed was freaking. He's leveled up. Zippy, thank you for the $2. What the hell was that second half? I don't know. That's what we've been trying to figure out. Barry, thank you for being a YouTube member for 2 months. Appreciate you. Seattle is closer to PSG than Cruz Azul is to Seattle. Exactly. I think it's time to start asking questions about that. Kyle coming in with another 5. Thank you, man. Appreciate the support. It was so weird that Reagan wasn't pressed at all. He is our best passing CB, and they gave him hours on the ball. Yeah, that's actually a great shout. They were just letting him ping those around, and he really showed why he is one of the best long passing center backs in all of MLS. He and Alex, he had a couple of those over the top to Alex, just perfect, hitting him on the run. So that was great stuff. All right, Scott, thanks for waiting. Appreciate that. If you can hear me, give me that thumbs up. I'll bring you on the stage right now. Scott, what's going on, man? Thanks for tapping in. 7-0. What did you think?
Oh, it was amazing to watch. I'm homesick, so I didn't get a chance to go to the game. It would have been a hell of a game to go to for sure.
Yeah, no, it was. It definitely popped off harder than I thought it would.
Oh, for sure.
Sorry
for
you're
sure.
sick, but I'm glad you got that. Being sick, but getting to catch a 7-0. Hopefully that eased the.
It made things feel a little bit better for sure. So I went and I wanted to get some odds on the game out of curiosity. I was hoping to see what you could have gotten for odds by the Sounders winning by 4 or 5 goals, and I couldn't even find that offer. Just winning by 2 goals, that was 5-1. Over 6.5 goals was 18-1 if you wanted to bet that. And so it's 7 goals by either team would have been paid 18-1. But who knows what you could have gotten for a 7-0.
I mean, anyone who hit on that theoretical bet, that's like you got to retire from sports betting for forever. I guess that's like it's such an improbable result, scoreline. Everything about it was just so like not how it was expected to go. What did you see in that second half that took it from? I thought the first half was good, honestly. Like I thought Seattle was working them in the first half, but the second half was one of the best halves of soccer I've ever seen any team play. Like honestly,
it was really impressive. The announcers had said like at the start of the second half when they came out late, they're like, this can really backfire on Cruz Azul when you come out that late. And sure enough, I mean, they got started right away as soon as they came out, and only took a few minutes for us to go up 2-0 on them.
It can't backfire any more than that, can it? Like
no, absolutely not.
And I just really think that tactic's so lame. Just come out on the field. We all know what you're doing. Like it's
I don't even know. Is there anything that the refs can do? Is like
I don't know, but I have seen that done to where there is literally like a clock that it's like in the locker room, and it's like when it hits 0, you're like gotta go back out of the field. That's how it's supposed to work. So these teams are definitely like breaking that time requirement. So I don't know.
Yeah.
But
so at this point, what do you think the odds are of the Sounders making it to the top 4?
I mean, really good after this result, because the thing is, if to stay in it, they gotta keep taking results, but like tiebreakers, like the amount of goals scored and goal differential and stuff, that factors in. So dropping a 7 spot like helps if in the event that there's a tiebreaker scenario, it gives you a leg up. And also I think just like the confidence and the form that they're in, like they're in as good a position to advance as anybody in either league because of how many goals they got and how crooked the differential is now. So
yeah, I still think it's going to take 7 points, which means you get a 3-1 or a 2-2. Probably more likely a 3-1 to get in, and that's probably. I mean, we're probably not that much better than 50-50, to be honest. I mean, that's not that easy to get 4 points, but we're playing weaker opponents coming up. So
this is the best team that theoretically, this is the best team that they're going to have to play in this tournament. This is the team that just won CCC. Oh, yeah. This is the team that's the number 1. They do seeding rankings. This is the number 1. This is number 1.
Yeah. Well, I mean, there's also Miami.
True. That's cross.
I hear they've got some good players.
Miami played Atlas FC, not nearly as good as Cruz Azul, and they barely won.
Yeah, that's true. It is nice to see a lot of goals these days. As they said, 20 goals in the last 7 games. It's
is that good? I think that's good.
Yeah, that's pretty good. I mean, I remember, the reason people weren't going to games is just nobody, we weren't scoring, and that doesn't seem to be the case anymore.
And that was a fair point of contention to have, especially last year. I agreed with that. That the fact that the offense couldn't score more than 1 goal in a game for 3 months last year was not good for morale or fan interest. So from that standpoint, yeah, even outside of this game, the offense has been on fire lately. Yeah. So
have you guys turned on De La Vega now?
I wasn't I guess actually that's fair. I was the one saying that the lack of production from that DP spot on the roster was something that was hamstringing the team. And but I think I said the whole time that the way that he can flip that narrative is to start playing and producing like a $7 million player. That's absolutely what he's been doing these last few games. And God, I mean, what did you think of his game tonight? Because
That's amazing. I mean, just the fact that like when he got on the field, there were 3 people that were being talked about as, getting man of the match. I heard Jesus, I heard Yamar, I heard Christian Roldan, and then he goes out and gets it.
Yeah.
So I mean, there were so many people with foot mob scores over like 8.4. I think like 6 or 7 people got 8.4 or higher in this game.
I think everyone should have gotten 8.4 or higher.
Yeah.
But
Alex Roldan got a really high score in foot mob. Trying to think.
When you drop 7 goals, you break.
Oh yeah, exactly.
That's the number one way to get that rating up. What did you think of that last goal when it went in? What was your reaction?
I mean, the thing is, it's the 7th goal. So how hard was the goalkeeper trying is a little bit of a question, but
I don't think he could have done anything
amazing.
I don't think
That's
he could
the
have done
thing.
anything.
Who knows? I mean, but yeah, I mean, that was an amazing shot. When you were talking about like the best goal you've seen as a Sounder, I still have to give it to the Ruidiaz run. The one where
people are bringing up ones that Rudy Diaz had a few, honestly.
Where he does the header, goes under one guy, header over another guy.
That is a good shout. That was freaking awesome.
One of the more amazing things I've seen by a
But
Sounder.
the one that he hit at Austin, you could put in there too, and the one he hit in Philly last year, actually.
Yeah.
Like the Philly one was kind of easy, but it was still from easy for him, I guess. It was still from deep, but it was on an open net. The Austin one, he owned the keeper. But the Atlanta one's the best one. You're right. That's a good take.
Yeah. But I mean, for best combo of goals, but the 2 goals both of his goals were bangers.
I just think when we're talking like pure degree of difficulty, the degree of difficulty on De La Vega's last one is astronomically high. It's unbelievable. Because of how far the service is coming.
Yeah.
Like you rarely see a volley from service that's coming from that far away. You just don't see it a lot. It doesn't happen a lot.
That is true.
There's a lot of, you got Ferreira narratives, you got Nuhu, you got Ryan Kent.
Kent had a great game.
I thought so too. Yeah. I think Reese, I saw you asked in chat about thoughts on Ryan Kent. Scott, what were your thoughts on Ryan Kent? Then I'll give mine.
I thought he had a fantastic game. I was surprised to see that he was starting over De La Vega, and so I don't know what was behind that, but I mean, I was certainly I've been a big Ryan Kent fan, and I just don't know why he hasn't been able to put it together in the last month. So I was with you after the first 2-3 games that he was like the best we've ever had, and obviously that
I stand by that. Yeah. That was our take after, because he looked that good. But no, I thought this was a much improved game for him. What I appreciated about Ryan Kent's game tonight is it was very obvious that part of Cruz Azul's game plan was to specifically target him. They absolutely were hacking him. And anytime that he got the ball, either like out wide or just any touch from deeper, they were fouling him, but like they were fouling him with like intent. Like, you're not gonna beat us. Like, if you get the ball, we're gonna throw you on the ground type stuff. So I appreciated that he didn't back down from that. Like, he kept going at them. He was talking trash to them. I'm sure he was chirping at them about like, oh, okay, so every time I get the ball, that's what you're gonna do type stuff. Like, you could see the sort of that kind of dynamic. So I appreciated that he was like not deterred by that. And then also I thought in the second half, you saw a lot more of like what he can do as far as the runs he was making and the service that he can put in when he gets a chance, and then he gets a really good assist. So I think this was a much needed sort of like course correction type game for him. And I think the fact that they were messing with him like that, they shouldn't have done that. They shouldn't have done that, because it pissed him off and it made him play better.
Yeah, I was wondering if he was in just because of his big game experience. It might be that, they wanted him to play the one.
I think him starting was just like they need to get him run. Like, I don't think it was much other than like he needs minutes so we can keep integrating him and get him back comfortable and back at his level. So I thought it was. I wanted to see De La Vega like ride the hot hand type situation, but it was no harm, no foul because Ryan Kent had a good game and then De La Vega looked like a freaking god out there. So
yeah, no kidding. I'm kind of curious. Like, when is the last time that the commentators, like you guys, Sounder and Hart, and all that, kind of pushing for De La Vega to open up at the left, and then he finally does that, and all of a sudden the commentary turn out to be absolutely right.
it
doesn't happen often.
It does. I mean, it's kind of like when you have a situation where a player's not living up to their price tag or not producing like they can based on their talent. One of the things to look at is like how are they being deployed, and is how they are being deployed, putting them in the best position to succeed and maximize their skills and stuff. And so I think a lot of people, like, it wasn't just us, like Doyle on MLS Soccer was beating this drum as well, like just play him on the left at Lanús. That's where he was playing, and that's where he became this really highly touted prospect. So why is he playing on the right the whole time? Finally Schmetz started getting grilled about it. He gave a reason that had logic behind it, but was also like, I mean, at this point you may as well try it. And then ever since that they started doing that, he's looked like one of the best players in MLS. So
agreed.
Turned out to work out. I mean, I guess that's all it took. I wish they had done it sooner, but I'm glad they did it. And man, it's just been not even just this game. It's just been good to see him look like forget $7 million player. Man looks like a $20 million player right now, $30 million player right now. That's how good he's looking.
Yep. Let's keep it that way.
Absolutely. Scott, anything else that you wanted to hit here? No one's in the queue right now, so floor is yours if there's any other takes you want.
No, I'm burnt out. That's all I got for you.
All right. Well, I hope you feel better, man. And I'm glad that despite your sickness, you got treated to a 7-0. Like that's hopefully that cures you a little bit at least.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right. Take care, man. Thanks for the call. Have a good one. All right. No one else in the queue right now. I'll hang around I'm at an hour 40 right now. I'll go 2 hours here. I'll go 2 hours. I think 2 hours to bask in the 7-0. I mean, I could go 7 hours for every goal. But going to start the process of winding it up here soon. But if anyone else wants to bop in before I head out of here, feel free. Link should still be pinned. Any post-game pressers to show? Maybe I'm not going to do that. Just like there's I think we're allowed to do it, but I don't know if there's anything different with like Leagues Cup policies. So I'm just going to make sure that we stay monetized on this because I don't want to deal with the feds and the oligarchs. I just well, first of all, okay, let me see if it's even. All right, you guys want to see the Schmetz presser? The feds aren't watching right now anyway. We'll play the Schmetz press. That'll be our last activity for the night. Schmetz is I mean, I haven't watched this, but I've heard that he was a vibe and a half. So we probably should watch this. This is courtesy of the Sounders FC YouTube channel. Subscribe to it if you haven't.
Welcome everybody to this Leagues Cup 2025 official press conference after the match between Cruz Azul and Seattle Sounders. Today we welcome head coach Ryan Schmetzer for Seattle Sounders. Coach, any opening statements?
No.
All right, questions, Jeremiah?
Nico started to raise his hand.
Oh yeah, he is vibing.
So obviously, congratulations. A, have you ever seen anything like that? But B, is there almost a need to pull it back some, or do you just let it ride?
So I didn't actually know what I was going to say to them in the locker room, Jeremiah, because it was such a tremendous win for the club. In this club's history, it ranks right up there with all of the big wins that we've had. It's not in a championship match, so I would probably temper it with that. But it certainly was a hell of a performance.
Recording in progress.
What I would tell you, after the Club World Cup, we told the group, we said, hey, you guys have set a standard, and that standard is here. And so what I reminded them of, what came to my head when I was talking to the coaches before we talked to the team, was last year we beat LA in the first game, and then we fell over against Necaxa. We had a pretty good performance against the Galaxy. And they've set another standard. And is it a similar standard than what we played in the Club World Cup? I mean, certainly the effort, the application, but we're playing against some of the best teams in the world. But we played against the CCC champions, and they're the best team in CONCACAF. And we scored 7. So let that sink in.
Let it sink in, Chad.
So my job as a coach is to make sure that they enjoy this moment because they deserve it, because everybody played up to a higher level. And they need to enjoy it. And all of you need to enjoy it. And the fans needed to enjoy it. I don't think there's one person in this room that can write anything negative about this result. I don't think there is.
Oh, he's loving this.
Please tell me if you disagree.
He's loving this, dude.
And then we will come back tomorrow and we will make sure that they stay grounded because this is just the first game. And then the last thing I said to him is, you know, I listened to Jesus's interview on the field. You know, I listened to Albert's interview yesterday. I listened to the players, and they're actually driving this, Jeremiah. They're driving this. That group in there is completely together, motivated. They know they're a good team. They've overcome injuries and stuff, and just that's a motivated group. You know, if you guys can't see it, then there's something wrong.
Coach, while we're staying on a high, what can you just say? They're all different goals, but I would assert the movement and the execution and the vision is the 3 underlying pieces on all these goals. Is that fair? And given what you're saying about
fair, maybe, but I can go through the goals because I had to go through the goals again because I couldn't remember.
That'd be great.
So Ymar's on a corner kick, and some people were saying, well, we haven't scored on a corner kick. Well, we actually got 2. So Jesus is the 3rd goal. So Ymar on the corner kick, and Jesus is when Christian flicks the ball. That's execution on the stuff that Andy and Rodrigo do every day. They put a lot of energy into that, and tonight it all came together. Albert's service is always good. So that's a plus and a shout out to the guys making sure that set pieces are an important part of the game. Obed has had 3 goals this year, and I believe that all 3 of them have been deflected.
That's a fact. Yeah, that's a true fact.
Away the kid because he could be the best player on that field. You could see the way he glides past people. You know, I don't know why more people don't watch this and say, hey, that kid's worth 10, 12, 15 million dollars. I don't know. Okay. Then you've got Ryan Kent that got a start today, and his pass to Osaze shows his class, his brilliance. Osaze coming on, making the most of his opportunities. I don't know why he pulled his shirt up for the yellow. I have no idea, but I'll talk to him about that. Keep him grounded. And then you go to, well, let's go to Nuhu first. I give Danny Leyva a lot of credit because he's on the training field and he's practicing set pieces. And that's good on the kid. And he delivers a good ball. But I'm also going to give Nuhu credit, not just because he wants to score, because that's part of who he is and he loves scoring and he loves the attention, but it's also a good soccer play because you're always supposed to follow up the ball in case a goalkeeper parries it, makes a save. So credit to Nuhu. And then I'm going to save maybe the best for last because look, De La Vega's on a high. And his first goal, again, it was Danny Leyva coming down on the right-hand side. And then, Jesus gets the ball at his feet and he toe pokes it over to Pedro and he smashes it in the upper corner. That one was good. But the ball by Alex, come on, the ball by Alex. And then Pedro just one touch. I mean, that's really a tremendous goal. And that just put the icing on the cake. So I hope I answered your question. You did. Thank you. Okay.
Coach, out of all those aspects today, I mean, set pieces, transition moments, possession, defense, holding that, clean sheet. Is there anything in particular that you're just more, excited about that you were able to pull in the perfect 90-minute performance in?
Well, look, it might not have been perfect. They hit the crossbar, the post in the first half. There were some moments. I thought our possession was very good. I think it ended up being like 55-45, but in the first half, it was like 61-39. They're a team that values possession. So look, again, Nico, yes, I'm going to let them enjoy this moment. They deserve all the accolades that they're going to get both here in this room and nationally. But I have to keep them grounded as well. We're going to find ways to make sure that they come back with another strong performance.
Coach, you just mentioned Pedro's second, sort of the icing on the cake. Just going off the first answer too, it sort of felt like you're already in the process of kind of looking at the historical nature of this game. Looking at that goal, where does that rank in terms of impressive goals that you've seen from players in this club over your time here?
I mean, the execution, the technical ability, the ball that Alex plays, I mean, it's way up there. I mean, we've had plenty of highlight reel goals. I mean, we've had Clint Dempsey's arguably, well, not in my mind, he is the best true goal scoring forward that this country has ever produced. We've had Obafemi Martins, we've had Freddie Youngberg. A shout out to my friend Jimmy Traore playing against Tigres in a game a few years back. Jimmy, don't take that as a bad thing. His volley from 40 yards out. Freddie Montero has scored a lot of golazos. We've had Raul Ruidiaz, Nico. I mean, Pedro, that was a unbelievably technically challenging finish, and he made it look easy.
If we could talk a little bit more about Nuhu, he was going through some disciplinary issues. Oh, there's a lot to talk about, of course, about Nuhu with the disciplinary issues that he was going in within the past month. I
think he heard the message. I think he got the message. Look, Reed has done a good job, and Reed's a promising talent. Now he feels maybe a little bit of competition. And he knows that he has to perform up to his ability. He set a standard for himself for many years in many games for this club, and he has to stay disciplined because he can be a very good player for this club and help this team win games.
I feel like Nuhu's finally locked in going into the last stretch of the season after this performance.
I wouldn't say that. I mean, look, Reed had a couple of good performances. We'll see. I mean, he's obviously the front runner, but, we'll see.
Want to talk about Snyder Burnell, just for a quick follow-up on that. He made his debut for the first team, recently signed for the first team. Of course, you could say his first game in the Red Green was 7-0.
The only reason why I played him tonight, because I had plenty of options as the game progressed, but I might start him the next game, so I needed him to get a little taste. So that's a reason why he played, but his debut was good.
In a game like this, is there any point where it goes from being a solid win to just comically good?
I mean, I don't know if it was comically good because I think some of our play and everything was just what we trained. Look, I'm going to give a good shout out and kudos to my good friend Preki, who's been with me for a long time, and he does a lot of good things, and he's got the guys moving and he understand, and some of the playing in between the lines and the finishing. I mean, a lot of that work and a lot of that result comes down to the staff that I have. I mean, they do a tremendous job. I mean, Andy on the 2 set pieces and Freddie with his defending and his attacking in midfield and Preki working with Obed and, the young guys, Osaze, it's a team effort. And so would I call it comic relief or anything like that? No. You can watch South Park if you want comic relief. This was just a really, really good, solid win by the Seattle Sounders.
We have time for about 4 more. We will Jorge here in the room.
Coach, it seemed like the Sounders were falling offside a little bit more than usual. Was that something that was just the timing? Was
You're
it
trying to find the negative. I get it.
I'm trying to help you out to keep the players grounded.
Oh,
and
that's
then
good. Okay.
And then if you could talk a little bit about the third goalkeeper, Mohamed Shur, and why you gave him the opportunity to be part of the,
Well,
of the
Mo
team.
is on the roster because you have to have 3 players on the bench, 3 goalkeepers on the bench, and Steph is not cleared yet. Mo is a tremendous talent, and he'll get his chances to develop. The offside is just a sign of a team that's on the front foot. I mean, yes, timing, reading body language, the sequence of passes, all of that sort of stuff. It's all important. But I don't mind if players are offsides because they are on the front foot. I do mind if they're offside, if they're lazy, they're not coming back, and then a ball goes over the top. So there's a whole little nuance there in that subject. But tonight I didn't mind the offsides because they weren't being lazy.
Buenas noches, felicitaciones por el triunfo. Es la primera vez que en partidos oficiales, bajo su dirección, el equipo ha logrado un marcador de 7-0. Y lo segundo, ¿qué factores consideró del primer tiempo para replantear el partido y ganarlo de la manera como lo ganó?
Good night, congratulations. First point, this seems to be the first official match under your direction with a score of 7-0. With that, the second factor, what were the factors from the first half to the second half that were changed to accomplish this win?
Well, I didn't change much at halftime. We talked about reinforcing the things that we were already doing well in the first half. There were some tactical changes for the left side because Ryan Kent, we were getting in behind their defense with Alex, with runs in behind on the right. But on the left, we needed to do a little bit more to try and actually play more vertical. And I think that worked in the second half. We got Ryan in an advanced position, and we wanted Nuhu to just be a little bit more in support, not always overlapping Ryan. So in that sense, that was the only minor change, but I thought we played fairly well in the first half. We just didn't score.
Bien, en realidad no tuvimos tantos cambios así en el intervalo. Simplemente pedí para reforzar lo bueno que ya hacíamos en la primera etapa. Hubo un pequeño cambio táctico al lado izquierdo, Ryan Kent, con Ryan Kent. Antes estábamos jugando bien con Roldan, se puso atrás de la defensa por el lado derecho, y necesitábamos ser más verticales a la izquierda también. Entonces pedí a Ryan que estuviese más arriba y que Nuhu estuviese soportando y no tanto haciendo los overlaps. Más que nada, hicimos una buena primera etapa, simplemente no señalamos los goles.
Bien.
We only have time for 2 more. I'll go in order here. Yep.
I wanted to just ask a quick question regarding your upcoming match, actually. You guys obviously have a history with Santos Laguna in Leagues Cup. How do you feel heading into that match based off your previous experience with them, and especially based off how the guys performed tonight against Cruz Azul?
I remember Raul scoring a very important goal for us against Santos. Then we took a bad result there many, many years ago, like 5-2. So it's a good history. But look, the way the guys are playing with the confidence, I think they'll be ready.
He was vibing. He was vibing. There's nothing that makes Schmetz happier than specifically the Seattle Sounders winning games, but a 7-0. I mean, if you want comic relief, go watch South Park. But that was just a solid win for the Seattle Sounders. I think the South Park quote was my favorite bit out of that. This is a good presser. I'll have to dive into the player presser. I guess they did mix zone, so you don't really get the full vibiness. But I'm sure they were vibing too. How could you not? After a 7 spot. Oh yeah, Hunch, I saw this earlier. Sorry. Got sidetracked with the presser. How does this team look with Jordan back in the mix? Like, would you change anything or start with subbing him in gradually? I mean, goddamn. I still think that like this attack with Jordan leading the line is the best version of it. Has the highest ceiling. It's hard to say that you should like change anything after you just drop 7 goals. But I mean, dude, imagine healthy Jordan running onto some of these long balls that Jackson Reagan was hitting. Or running onto some through balls against a Liga MX opponent that's throwing that many numbers forward. Yeah, mix zone is always a tough scene. Can we talk about Nuhu? Do I have to? Nuhu is locked in. Okay. Yeah, he got ejected like 3 times and crashed out on a guy in the Club World Cup and threw a ball at a fan and then flipped off a referee. Yeah, he did that. Now he's locked. And apparently he's good in attack now. I mean, he had 1 goal, 2 assists in MLS play going into this game. Move that to 2 goals, 3 assists, all comps. I mean, this guy's like Jovan Jones out there. All right, chat. I'm going to call it right there. I went 2 hours, and I got to get up early. So I'm going to bounce out of here. Before I go, I need everyone. 7s in the chat. I'm not leaving until we get the 7s in the chat. 7s. Keep them coming. Keep them coming. 7-0. 7-0 over Cruz Azul, the number 1 seed. The CONCACAF Champions Cup winners got whammed on 7 times. Oh, wait, I did have one other thing. Let's get an update. Let's get an update on the final score graphic. How many replies do you guys think how many replies do you think they're sitting on? How many replies? How many replies are we sitting on, folks? Final. Let's translate it again. This was honestly my favorite part. We played a poor match tonight in Seattle. We will double our efforts to correct this performance. I'm telling you, man, they're going to need to more than double it. They could double their efforts and still not be in that good a spot after a 7 spot. Oh, they're sitting on 5.2K. Nice little 5.2. Can I translate this? Chat, someone who speaks Spanish. Translate this. It's the most liked reply. I'll tell you what I would have done if I were them. I would have done no text final graphic. I think so. I think in this situation you go no text final graphic. You don't like the like we will double our efforts. You don't even need that. Everyone knows the situation. You're gonna have to fire the coach you just hired. They might actually do that. This man got the job 4 weeks ago. All right. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Legendary match, legendary stream. Shout out to everyone who called in. Our Leagues Cup coverage, it just got a shot in the arm. I mean, this was the biggest stream we've ever done. It's what tends to happen when the squad drops 7 goals. Nico and I will be back at it Monday morning. Lobbing Scorchers kickoff. That's going to be a good one. Get his takes on what we just witnessed. And then the train keeps rolling. We'll have podcasts. We'll have post-game shows. We'll have Under the Lights. We'll have it all. Everyone like the video. Sub to the channel. Appreciate the support. I'll see you guys on Monday. Peace.
Some people come to Lumen Field for the tactics, for the soccer, the atmosphere. And some come for Paul Rothrock's hair. Me personally, I come for both, because I have agendas to push. Live soccer isn't just better, it's way more personal. From making friends to becoming the guy in your section that's just constantly yelling about advanced statistics. Get tickets to any Sounders match by visiting lobbingscorchers.com/tickets. You support the pod, our agendas, the vibes, and the chaos.